Teacher Arame. Are you ready to learn? Come and join me as we discover more learning one video lesson at a time. Our objectives: evaluate narratives based on how the author developed the element, character, and setting. Let us have a review about our previous lesson, sequencing events. I will be showing you pictures or set of pictures, and all you have to do is sequence the pictures in correct order to make a story. Here are the first set of pictures. Can you sequence them in correct order to make a story? Here is the correct sequence. It's 4-1-3-2. Let us have the second set of pictures. Sequence them in correct order to make a story. Here is the correct answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is the third set of pictures. Can you sequence them so that we can have a story? Here is the correct answer. It's 2, 1, 3, 4. Here is another set of pictures for you to sequence to create a story. Here is the correct answer. The correct answer, 3, 2, 4, 1. Here is the next set of pictures. Sequence these pictures in correct order to make a story. The correct sequence is 4, 3, 2, 1. How many correct answers did you get? Did you get all 5 correct answers? In that case, you are all awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. This time, I will be discussing with you fable and fabula. Fable is a short story that uses animals as characters where they speak and act like humans, designed to teach a moral or practical lesson. In Filipino, fabula. Ito ay mga maikling kwento na nagmula noong unang panahon kung saan ang mga tauhan ay mga hayop na nagsasalita. Did you know that July 21 is National Children's Book Day in the Philippines? It also marks the date when Jose Rizal, our national hero, published in English The Tale of the Monkey and the Turtle in the July 1889 issue of the Trubner's Oriental Record in England. Speaking of that, I will be showing you the video of the story The Monkey and the Turtle. But first, let me remind you of the rules while watching. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, lips are closed, feet and hands are still, and thinking hat on. I would also like to leave you a question that you are going to take note of as you watch the video, and that is, what happened to the part of the banana plant that monkey got? And lastly, before we proceed with the video, here are some of the words that you are going to encounter as you watch the video: patient, selfish, sprout, and whale. I also included their meaning and use them in a sentence. Are you ready to listen and watch the video? Let's watch this.
The Monkey and the Turtle, written by our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. Once upon a time, there was a turtle who was very kind and patient. He had many friends. Among them was a monkey who was very selfish. He always wanted to have the best part of everything. One day, a monkey and a turtle found a banana tree on a river. They fished it out, and because each wanted the tree for himself, They cut it in half. The monkey, being the stronger one, took the part with leaves despite the turtle's protest. The turtle carefully planted it in his backyard. And the monkey did the same for his part. But because the part of the monkey that had no roots, it died, while the turtles lived and sprouted leaves. One day, the monkey visited the turtle and they talked about their banana plants.
Alas, my banana tree is dead.
Wailed the monkey tearfully.
And yours?
Alive and bearing fruit, but because I can climb up.
Don't worry,
Interrupted the monkey.
I will climb up for you.
The turtle became very happy and accompanied the monkey to the place where the banana tree was. The monkey climbed the tree at once and started eating, feeling both cheeks.
Give me some too.
Begged the turtle.
Not even the peels.
Answered the monkey. So to get even with the monkey, the turtle laid thorns on the trunk of the banana tree. He went hide under a coconut shell,
Oh,
said the monkey as he came down from the tree, and with much pain went to sit on the coconut shell to tend his wounds. But while he was pulling out the thorns and snails, his restless tail went inside a hole in the coconut shell. The turtle, who saw a good opportunity, bit it. The monkey jumped and saw stars from the pain.
so it is you.
Exclaimed the monkey coarsely as he lifted the coconut shell.
Now, I will make you pay for everything you did. You shall die. But how? Do you want me to crush you in this mortar or throw you into the river?
Crush me in the mortar, but please don't throw me into the river. I don't want to drown.
So you're afraid of drowning? I guess I will have to drown you.
And into the river he threw the turtle, who swam away happily. As the saying goes, the monkey may be smart, yet he can still be fooled. The end.
How did you like our story? Did you enjoy watching the video? Let us find out if you learned something or you listened and watched carefully. I have here some questions that you have to answer. Number 1, who are the characters in the story? You are correct. How about the second question? Where did the story take place? That's right. How about the third one? Which part of the banana plant went to monkey and which plant went to the turtle? Correct! That is an awesome observation. How about the next one? What happened to the part of the banana plant the monkey got? Good job! Now, I am going to discuss with you the characters. A character in the story is an important element in short stories because they drive the story as a whole. Characters can be classified into two, the hero and the villain. When we say hero, these are characters who portray the role of good guy. We can also call them the protagonist. While we say villain, characters who created tension or trouble that would cause problem or conflict, and they are called the bad guys or the antagonists. How do we evaluate characters? Characters can be evaluated through their personal qualities and traits. Let us try evaluating the characters of monkey and turtle. Can you put 3 characters or think of 3 characteristics of the monkey and another 3 characteristics for the turtle? I'll give you time to answer that. After evaluating these two characters, who do you think is the protagonist and who do you think is the antagonist in this story? If your answer is the monkey is the antagonist and the turtle is the protagonist, then you are correct. Now, let us read the short story and try evaluating the characters in it. Jazz was alone at home when someone knocked at the door. Jumping up from her seat, she ran to open the door. "Do you have internet connection?" asked the stranger. Jazz was scared and nervous. She was actually expecting her mother at the door. She wanted to shut the door, but it was too late. The stranger was so rude that he had already pushed her inside the house. In this story, who do you think is the antagonist? And who do you think is the protagonist? How will you describe the character of Jazz? How will you describe the character of the stranger? Among the two, who do you think caused the problem or the conflict in the story? If your answer is the stranger, then you are correct. Let us proceed to the next element of the story, which is setting. Setting refers to the geographic location and time within a narrative. A place can be real or imaginary. Some examples of real place are classroom, playground, bedroom, on a boat, and on a plane. While an imaginary place are kingdom and a faraway place. Time is also an example of setting. Time may not always be stated in the story. Instead, clues are given for the readers to infer. Example: the monkey ate banana for breakfast. We can say that it is morning because the banana ate breakfast, and we usually and commonly eat breakfast in the morning. Let us read this story and analyze or evaluate the setting. As the sun set in the horizon, Jim fixed his things and slowly walked his way home. It was dark and silent. At a distance, he would see his father peeping at the window waiting for someone. Father came home from the city where he is currently working. Though it was lonely at times for Jim, missing his father, seeing him once a month makes him happy. Now, let us evaluate the setting of the story. Although it is not mentioned in the story, it can be said that the story or the time of the story happened in the evening because the sun is already setting in the horizon. And the place is at home because it is stated in our story. Now that I have already discussed with you how to evaluate characters and setting of the story, I would like you to listen to a story, The Ant and the Dove. And later, let us evaluate these characters and the setting of the story. Are you ready to listen to another story? Let us begin. Once upon a time, a very thirsty ant was drinking water from the river. Suddenly, the ant lost his balance and fell into the river water. "Help! Help! Help!" cried the ant, but no one could hear his cries. A dove sitting on a tree nearby saw the ant was in trouble, so he quickly plucked up a leaf from the tree and dropped it into the river. "Thank you, dove. I thought I was going to drown in the water." "It's my pleasure to help." The ant climbed on the leaf, and he thanked the dove for saving his life. After a few days, the dove was sitting on a tree. The ant saw a hunter aiming his arrow at the dove. The ant knew that his friend the dove was in danger. He quickly bit the hunter's leg. The hunter cried in pain. The hunter's arrow missed the dove. This time, it is the ant that saved the dove. The dove thanked the ant for saving her life, and they became friends forever. It's now time to evaluate the character and their traits and the setting of the story. Who are the characters in the story? The characters in the story are the dove, the ant, and the hunter. How are you going to describe the dove? The dove is helpful. That's correct. How about the ant? We can say that the ant is clumsy because it fell from the water. How about the hunter? We can say that the hunter is a bad guy. So, analyzing or evaluating their characters or their traits, who do you think is the antagonist in the story? You are correct. It is the hunter. Now, let us talk about the setting of the story. We can say that the setting or the story happened in the river. And it happened during the day. Do you have the same answer as mine? If you have other answers, you may share it with your sitmates. Going back, I have here some questions that I'd like you to answer. What are the two essential elements of a narrative or story? Yes, the setting and the character. How do we evaluate characters? How do we evaluate setting? Remember, characters and setting are two essential elements of a story. Characters can be evaluated through personal qualities and traits. I am going to read you another story, and all you have to do is read the narrative, then answer the questions that follow. Battle of Mactan. Year 1521, in the island of Mactan, a stranger came named Magellan. He was sent by the King of Spain to ask the chieftain of the island to pay for a tribute. Lapu-Lapu, the chief, was in deep anger and resisted to pay and stand firm on his decision. Magellan, with his disappointment, prepared his men to fight against Lapu-Lapu. Soon the battle began. The peaceful Mactan waters became warlike sight and turned red. Magellan's men fell lifeless and dead. Lapu-Lapu and his men rejoiced gloriously in their victory for the Filipino liberty. It's now time to answer the questions about the story. First, in this narrative, which refers to the setting. Based from the narrative, who was the antagonist or the villain? What was the conflict or problem in the narrative? If you will evaluate the trait of the lead character or the hero in the narrative, what trait is it? And last question, what happened to the peaceful island shore of Mactan after the battle? I'd like you to share your answers with your sitmate, and compare your answers if you got the same answers. This time, I'd like you to evaluate the character and setting and choose the letter of the correct answer. Rizal was a busy man living in his hometown Calamba. How will you evaluate Rizal? Bored, occupied, relaxed, or carefree? Number 2. The bandits took all the treasures that made the villagers became hopeless. The bandits are the authors, the antagonists, the narrators, or the protagonists. Number 3. In March, when the soldiers fought in Ukraine and got wounded, their comrades left them to the chopper and took away. How will you evaluate the setting in the sentence? A bloody battlefield, a place of festivities, a holy place, a romantic place. Number 4. Which of the following vividly describes a setting? Hummingbirds swiftly fly across the horizon. The chieftain ferociously fought the Spanish invaders. Although miles away, he still sends letters remembering me. The walls of the house were made of dark stones and dimly lit by candles. And number 5, the weather was ideal. They have a more perfect garden party. How do you evaluate this kind of setting? A favorable setting, a messy setting, a poor setting, or a costly setting? Here are the correct answers. B, C, A, B, and A. How many correct answers did you get?
How did you find our activities today? Using the symbols below, choose one which best describes your experience in working on each given task. Comment down 3 smiling faces if you were able to do the task without any difficulty. The task helped you in understanding the lesson and you learned a lot today. Comment down 2 smiling faces if you were able to do the task. It was quite challenging, but it still helped you in understanding the lesson. And comment down 1 smiling face if you were not able to do the task. It was extremely difficult and you need additional enrichment activities to be able to do it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for good luck and good grades. Until next time!